That's so sick. I didn't even know that. With the mic, I could press record. That's sick. Anyways, but in this video, we're gonna be talking about the Sony ZV-E10. Is it worth it? Yeah, it's worth it. I think you guys should get it. Let's talk about the Sony ZV-E10. Why it's so good for vloggers. Why you should have one. And Sony or Canon, which is better. So if you guys seen my face before in camera content, you guys will know that I have a Canon R6 Mark II. And this is just a hobby. I don't shoot professionally. I have shot some professional things, but I don't, you know what I mean? I don't make a living off this. But yeah, I have a Canon R6 Mark II. Right now we're recording with the DJI Pocket 2 just to test it out, see what it looks like. This is no zoom in, nothing like that. We're recording at 4K 30, see what it looks like. We have the wireless mic connected, so if I sound good or bad, that's why we're gonna set it down. And that's where it's gonna be. So let me tell you guys why you guys should get a Sony ZV-E10, or maybe why you guys should get a Sony ZV-E line camera. So if you guys don't know, Sony has a lot of different cameras: photo cameras, cinema cameras, hybrid cameras, vlogging cameras, just like a whole bunch of cameras. So the thing that I do like about Sony is that you could plug in the wireless mic or just a shotgun mic on top, no cables or anything, and you're good. And that's something I really do like about them. Something I did forget to mention, they have other like video cameras. So I think it's the R is for resolution, so that's more of the photo cameras. They have like 45 or 66 megapixels. Then they have like the S, the FX series, where those are mostly video cameras, but they can't take photos. Then you got the hybrid cameras, which is the, for example, the Sony A7 IV. I think the 5 is out, or it's gonna come out. I'm not too sure because I shoot mostly Canon. They have these vlogging cameras, which is the ZV-E line. So there's the ZV-E1, which we talked about before. This is the ZV-E10. It says up here 4K. And there's the Sony ZV-E1. So let me tell you a few differences. So the Sony ZV-1 has a 20 megapixel 1-inch sensor, built-in lens 1.8 through 2.8, 24 through 70. So you can't change the camera lens on that one. The Sony ZV-E10 has a 24 megapixel APS-C lens, and it's interchangeable. And then the Sony ZV-E1 has a full frame 12 point something megapixels. So technically the photos will be better on this one with higher megapixels, better resolution, even if it's a smaller sensor. On this camera you can only shoot up to 4K 30, so you could do 24, 30. Something I do like about Sony is that the lens mount, it's a E mount or FE, right? So it's only one mount, so you could just attach any Sony lens or third-party lenses that are made for Sony, which is amazing because there's a lot. So I'm gonna tell you guys why I got this camera. The main reason why I got this camera, or why I wanted a Sony camera, is because there's a lens that Tamron makes. It's a 35 through 150 2 through 2.8 lens, which is crazy if you guys know anything about lenses. That's a zoom lens, and zoom lenses usually have a 2.8 or higher. Canon has an f2. I don't know about Sony, but yeah. So that's the main reason why I got it. Why did I get the Sony ZV-E10 instead of the A600 or the A600 line? I had an A6400. I liked it. It was cool. The thing that did suck is the flip out screen. It didn't have one. It just flipped up. And the hot shoot was on top, so if you had a mic on top, you can't really do anything. Even if you have a wireless one on, you still can't really see yourself. So it's better if you're the one recording behind camera, because I will say that that is better, because you just look down and it's like straight, like you would just be facing the lens, right? Straight. Where right here, if you're recording, it's easy, but it does kind of suck because it's like on the side instead of just straight in the middle. But one of the main reasons why I got this is because of the built-in mic. It's a 3-capsule mic, which we talked about on the ZV-1 video, that has a really good built-in mic. So if I don't have a mic, a wireless mic with me, I could just use this. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be passable. As we all know, video's ass. It's whatever if you have good audio, but if you have bad audio and the video looks good, you're not gonna want to see it. It's annoying. So one of the main reasons why I think this is good and people should get this camera if it's like their first camera, there's a lot of reasons, so I'm gonna just try to go through everything quickly and then I'll give you guys the specs. I already talked so much, but yeah, let's get started. There's a USB-C for continuous power if you don't have a battery or a dummy battery, or just want to recharge your battery. There's a headphone jack, which is crazy, and then there's a mic jack, of course. But a headphone jack, that's crazy. For most Canons, you have to get a full frame, unless it's like the 9080D. I think it's those that you can plug one in, but I'm not 100% sure because I've never owned one of those. Hopefully you can see this pretty good, but on top we have a big record button because that's what it's meant for. It's supposed to be a vlogging camera. We have a defocus and a product showcase mode, which basically just gives you a professional blurry background, which right here I'm like almost 100% sure it's not showing. And a product showcase, like if I show you this, I'm gonna blur out, which on those small screen on DJI Pocket 2 it kind of does look like it, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, it's supposed to be everything blurry besides the product you're showing. There's a button where you can switch from photo to video to S&Q, which is basically slow-mo, and you just turn it on like this. If you get it with the beginner lens, the kit lens, it's a 16 through 50, 3.5 through 5.6 lens, which is not really the best, but it's passable, especially if you're just recording everyday life and you're not really going to be too much in the dark, or if it's just for family events, family occasions. It's passable, and it has optical steady shot, which is just a stabilized lens. The camera itself does not have IBIS, which is just stabilization built in to the camera, which my Canon R6 Mark II does have, but you guys can go into settings and do it digitally. So that's that. Something cool is right here, the little rocker right here. You can zoom in with some lenses that are electrical, so instead of moving the lens or moving it through the side, you could just go like this, like that, zoom in, zoom out. I don't know if it's with every single lens, but you could do a digital zoom where basically just zoom in and it's going to up to 2 times it. You're going to lose a little bit of quality, I'm pretty sure. I think on the Sony ZV-E10 you don't, but I don't know because I only got this lens since it's the only Sony camera I have right now. So those are the main things, the main features of the camera. But now let me tell you some specs real quick. So like I said before, you can switch lenses. Came out September 2021. APS-C, which does give you 1.6 crop, so instead of 60mm it's almost like 24 compared to full frame. ISO 100 to 32,000, expandable to 51,200, fast hybrid autofocus, face detection, contrast detection, no built-in viewfinder, but the LCD screen is pretty good. 3 inches of screen, 4K up to 30, so 2430, and then 1080 is going to be 24, 30, 60 up to 120. It says it doesn't have a headphone jack, but right here it literally shows that it does. I haven't tested it, so maybe I'm like 100% wrong, but the mic jack is up here, so I don't know. It says it's about 440 shots per charge. There's Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, all that, and those are the main things of the camera. Would I recommend this? Yes, of course. Have I used it? A little bit for some videos, but haven't really gone out and shot with it because like I said, I have a Canon R6 Mark II. What lenses do I recommend for beginners? I'm probably gonna make a video about this in the future. A Sigma 60mm 1.4, which is basically gonna be a 24 1.4, but I mean if you do the math it's gonna be like a 2 point something. It's a f2 2 point something is what I meant. But the reason why I say people should get this camera is because it's about $800, so which is going to seem like a lot for people, but you could probably get it used for like $500 to $600, maybe $700, depending on the condition. And I recommend this instead of getting the A6000 series, unless you want to get the A66,000, which that I guess I would recommend it. The only reason why I would recommend it is because it has IBIS, so built-in stabilization. Only reason why, but I would say just get this. It's cheaper. It basically gives you the same things. Only difference is, like I said, no IBIS and no viewfinder. Only difference. This is going to give you product showcase mode, so blurry background like that, and another one is blurry background just like that, so it looks more professional. This has a better built-in mic, but yeah, I think this camera is better, cheaper. The only thing that I would say that sucks about this is that A61000 has the same build as this, so it's more like plasticky, but I do like the feel of the Sony camera. The A6400 has a better build. I really did like it. It was very premium, but at the time I had a Canon M50 and I already had a bunch of lenses for it. Then I got a R10, sold it right away because I got a R6 Mark II a week later, and then yeah, I started buying some lenses for it. I got a 24 through 105 f4. Actually I just got a 24 to 70 f2.8. That little difference from 70 to 105 is not that much, and you can just crop in a little bit if you're recording 4K. Would I say anything else about this? Not really. Just the lens selection is crazy, way better than the Canons, which is exactly why I got this camera. Anything else? Probably not. So thank you for watching. If you guys have any questions that I didn't talk about, which there's a lot I probably skipped through, but yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll probably make a video or a YouTube short about it. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and bye.